Okay, and now it is time to continue with our prognosis for the other 10 signs. It is true for everyone. Please watch the first part of this video, prognosis for July 2023, part 1. If you haven't watched it, watch the first part, and that's the general tendencies, the general trend for the month of trends for the month of July. It is going to help you understand better the things that I will talk about right now. So let's talk about Geminis. Geminis this month is not going to be something very intense for you. The month is going to start with the full moon on the 3rd of July. For you, just general recommendations. It is not going to make any major impact on you guys. However, be mindful of the fact that the general background of the full moon is always very intense emotionally. A lot of things happening. Some people are on the edge. Be mindful of that and disregard that. You guys are good at that. You don't hold on to grudges of any sort usually. The thing that is very important is the first. I'm reminding you, I will not get tired of reminding everyone that the first 2 weeks of July are going to be extremely productive for the development of the business project, for expanding your business, for realizing some bringing some projects to fruition. It is going to get you very really great outcomes right now and later. Now is the time to work. Now is the time to make money, because the planets are allowing us, granting us it right now and pushing towards this direction. So first 2 weeks of July, please don't miss out on the opportunities that are coming your way. Next, what is going to happen on the 8th of July? We all are going to feel how the lunar nodes are changing the sign, and this time they are going to move to a place where you guys are going to actually feel it. Before the previous year and a half, they were in signs that you probably didn't feel them as much. Meaning, what does it mean feeling them? How will you feel the placement of the nodes? Usually by the amount of events that are happening to you without your active let's say contribution to them happening. Basically things that happen out of your control, and what you can do is only if it's something negative, then damage control. If it's something positive, then just enjoying them. Yeah, so the things that are like presents, let's say, if that's something positive. In general, you haven't experienced that much, I'm guessing. However, now you will. Starting on the 8th of July, you are going to feel that more things are coming your way. Let's say if you are doing something, you will easily get, at one point or the other, depending on your personal chart, the opportunity for expansion. You are going to get more than you expected, more than you, let's say, invested, and at the same time it is going to be very easy for you to let go of some things that don't serve you anymore, to get rid of them. I'm talking about both personal and material things. If, for example, you couldn't sell something for, I don't know, for a long time, it is going to be much easier during the coming year and a half, starting 8th of más o menos. I'm going to make a separate video on the new placement of the nodes, of the lunar nodes. So I will be more specific on what it means for you. So anyway, it is going to be, in general, it is going to be just easier for you to get rid of the things that you couldn't get rid of, that don't serve you anymore, you don't need them, and it's going to be a very comfortable let go, let's say. It's and plus the opportunities are going to arise more for you, and the things that you do, like I said, the fruits are going to be grander than you expected somehow. So that is great. However, on the 11th of July, we have Mars changing the signs and ingressing into Libra. So what does that mean for you? That now Mars is in conflict with your Sun, and that might be felt by you as a raise of some sort of tension within and outside, let's say. You might feel more irritable, more, let's say, on the edge a little bit. You would react faster, jump to the reactions that normally you would decide, I'm gonna sit this one out. No, now you are going to feel more prone to aggressive reactions, to the hasty reactions, hasty decisions. Keep that in mind and take a break, breathe. If you feel the urge to respond, to do something immediately, maybe it is good to think twice. It also means that you might have more conflicts than usual. But at the same time, you are going to feel much more of an inner push to accomplish things. But these accomplishments are going to be through the obstacles, through the some kind of counteraction, let's say. You are going to have to struggle for it. You're going to have to invest a lot of energy into this accomplishment, a lot more than you normally would. So be mindful also of the men, let's say, because Mars is a male energy. So males and those who have predominantly male energy might seem to you more aggressive, or might be more aggressive towards you. And of course, when we have this kind of aspect, be very careful because the injury risk rises. Okay, so drive carefully, and just in general, work out more carefully. Be mindful of that. By the way, sports and working out is one of the great ways to somehow release energy from this aspect. Okay, so do that, but do that with care. What else is great? Until the 15th of July, Venus is going to be still remaining in Leo, just like it is going to until the beginning of October. So I recommend you to watch my video about Venus transiting the sign of Leo. It is going to be true for until the beginning of October, like I said. But in general, what is going to give you? It is going to go straight until the 22nd, directly until the 22nd, and it will bring, I don't know, you will just feel, feel like making money, feel like being more demonstrative, more out there in terms of how you look, what kind of message you convey with your behavior and with your looks, both. So in general, it is not bad for making money either. So again, going back to the first 2 weeks of the month with this placement of the Venus, it kind of enhances the permission, let's say, of the sky to make money. So again, we remember about this, but also be mindful of the fact that the Lilith, which is a dark moon, which is a demon, seducing demon, is around there. So be careful with the women that are like a very femme fatale, let's say, or with men especially, because it is closer to Mars than it is to Venus. Even though in the beginning of the month they will be somewhat together, that do not have pure intentions, that maybe scammers, maybe someone who is just plain indecent and they are up to no good. So be mindful of that, and take a closer look at the new people that excuse me, that you meet. But after the 15th of 11th, let's say, even after 11th of July, when Mars changes the sign, and this kind of group of planets, let's say, is starting to dissipate this constellation. So it's going to lose its impact towards the end of the month. What else is great? On the 17th of July, we are going to have a new moon, just like the full moon. New moon is also like very turbulent in terms of energy, like energetically turbulent time. Everyone is on the edge. Everyone is a bit, I don't know, like more irritable than usual. Everyone takes it to the heart, everything, whatever is said. So be mindful of that. And if people react somehow inadequately to what you're saying, keep in mind that 3 days before, 3 days after at least, it's going to be like a little bit hectic. So just let it go. You guys are good at letting go most of the times, depending on where your moon is, but sun helps you thinking, okay, whatever, which is great. It's like a superpower in my view. So the new moon is going to be felt more by the people who were born, the Geminis who were born on the 14th, 15th, and 16th of June. Okay, you might get, especially this new moon is going to be great for the people who are in art, let's say in some creative, artistic, I don't know, business field of occupation, let's say occupational field. You guys can get some maybe offers or good news, or invitations for cooperations, for collaboration from some places that you didn't expect. Again, 14th, 15th, 16th of June, those who have birthdays on these days. Now, on that, and from that point, from this, it's even though it can bring something like opportunities, but also, like I said, it is a very tense period, and from the new moon, the tension is going to kind of increment towards the end of the month, I would say, because on the 22nd, Venus goes retrograde. And starting from that point, it is recommended to not do anything Venusian. What is something Venusian? Anything that is connected with aesthetics, like, I don't know, hairstyles, skincare thing, like whatever. You go to cosmetologist you do something permanent. Well, not permanent, but relatively, let's say, like haircut or change of style. Better not, because it is considered that the Venus retrograde puts us in a mode that is more in doubt of everything. We are trying re-estimate things again, like to find the new value of things, like, because Venus is all about balance, is all about equilibrium, and to put things in balance, you need to weigh them in to know how much they value each of them, to put a value on each and every one of them, to be able to put them in the balance. So we are going to be re-estimating our relationship, our other half, if you have permanent relationship. We are going to be in this mode of, if you have you are in a long-term relationship, try to go easy on your partner. Think that until the beginning of September, this is the period of Venus going retrograde, you will not be quite adequate to give like a permanent esteem to things. Okay, your partner might seem to you less valuable than he really is to you, and you will understand that in September. Just be mindful of that, to not make any abrupt decisions that are going to be irreversible. However, like I said, if you are thinking of dissipating your relationship and you couldn't do it for a long time, but it is imminent, Venus retrograde is a good period to do it. weddings. Don't do the weddings. Anyway, I did say all of these things in the beginning. So starting 22nd until the end of the month and further, but we are not talking about that yet. Be mindful of that. For you, actually, this retrograde Venus is going to help you to should help you to re-estimate things in a positive way. So maybe there are things in your life or like, I don't know, circumstances of your life that they have changed the value long time, but it's been out of your sight, and now the life is going to attract your attention, like to draw your attention exactly to that point. Hey, for example, even an example, if you are in a client-oriented business, then they're going to say, hey man, like, girl, your services, they don't cost that anymore. You can charge more. You have much more experience right now. The market prices have changed, and you can go even on a different niche. You can change the level of your clientele, for example, because now you possess the expertise that you did not before. So that's just an example of something that can happen to you. And we are moving on to the Geminis, to another transit that right now is Pluto. Pluto is a very heavy planet that is moving very slowly, and during this month it is going to make impact on the Geminis who were born on the 19th, 20th and 21st of June. You guys are under the scrutiny of this very heavy planet, and you might feel the unexpected transformational changes coming from God knows where. For you, it might not be obvious, but the circumstances can make you change your life a lot. And what I'm saying is only about concerns the Geminis that were born on the 19th, 20th, and 21st of June. Pluto is about painful transformations. It is not the strongest aspect that you are under. However, there is an aspect, and during this aspect, it is something that you did not see coming. Okay, I cannot say that it is something like a surprise or whatever. It was something that was cooking on the back burner. It was something that was going on all of this time, but your attention was not there. But now it might happen so that your attention will be drawn to it, and because you will find yourself in the center of this situation that's been cooking at the back burner, you know, like now all of a sudden you are in the middle of this and you have to somehow get out of it, and it's never pleasant, like I said. However, on the bright side, Pluto is like no other planet, able to bring us to a different level, to bring us to a place that we never thought we could be in. This kind of impact. So brace yourselves, and I wish you a really great month. Now we are moving to Cancer. Okay, one sec. Okay, Cancers. What is the month going to look like for you guys? Like I said, if you haven't listened to the first part of this video, go to part 1 and listen the general part for everyone. That is going to give you a better idea of the things I will talk about right now. So the month starts with a full moon. Full moon is going to be in Capricorn on the 3rd of July. This month, you guys, the full moon and a new moon is on the axis that is you are on this axis. Okay, this is an axis of Capricorn and Cancer. So basically you will have not full moon but new moon for you, which I'm going to talk about earlier. So it means that the full moon is in opposition to you. Okay, so it is going to be quite emotional month. actually, because both the new moon and full moon are touching you, and the new moon and full moon are the time that brings our emotions to the edge. And due to the aspects, like I would say full moon is even softer, is even better in that regard than the new moon, but I'm going to talk about new moon later. So try to keep your emotions under control. Try to be mindful of the fact that other people are also under pressure of emotions, and they can do or say things that maybe they don't necessarily mean. Okay, so on the 8th, moving on the 8th of July, we have got nodes moving into a different axis. So before the lunar nodes, which are the calculated points, let's say, they are not planet, not physical, they don't have a physical body, but they are very important points that are showing like an arrow, drawing our attention to some areas of life. And in these areas of life, we have got things happening to us that are out of our control. So for you, it's moving from a sign that you might have had, you might have happenings of a pleasant nature, let's say, happening so far, and also had during the previous year and a half also had opportunities to get rid of some things that didn't serve you anymore easily. However, now the nodes are moving into a sign which creates a tense aspect to your suns, and maybe you are going to have to deal with the things, like you will have to I don't know, how do you say, accept the servings when somebody throws the ball at you in tennis. You will have to work with a lot of balls coming your way, and you will have to deflect a lot of attacks, and it's going to well, it's a strong word, but I mean servings, let's say, deflect a lot of servings, balls flying your way, and it is going to take a lot of effort from you guys. So during the next year and a half, it is going to happen. I'm going to make a separate video about what this placement means for you. However, be ready that the next year and a half, the things that happen to you rather than generated by you, you're going to have that a lot. Okay, so on the 11th of July, we have got the Mars. Mars is changing the sign and is ingressing the sign of Virgo, which for you is quite favorable. It means that most probably you are going to feel more energy, more opportunities to do things, more desire to start doing things, and in general, the emotional, let's say, background connecting with actions is going to come down a little bit for you. You will be feeling like more doing things in a more methodical manner, more let's say thinking about the long run. You will rethink the distribution of your energy, because Virgo is not the sign where Mars is the strongest. However, exactly for that reason, Mars in the sign is much better at distributing energy. It is not like it has the overwhelming amounts that it can drop and throw left and right and be a fountain of energy, throwing it everywhere. No. It's like limited, and that is why it goes in a productive in a productive way, let's say, being distributed in a productive way. So maybe that is going to somewhat help you. Like I said, we are moving on to the new moon on the 17th of July. It is going to be in your sign, and it's going to concern, oh sorry, I didn't say that the full moon in the beginning of the month on the 3rd of July is going to be most prominent or most standing out the most for the people who were born on the 3rd, 4th, and 5th of July. Okay, so you guys are going to feel it, but the full moon is more harmonious, to be honest with you, in my view, than the new moon that is coming on the 17th. So these people born on the 3rd, 4th, and 5th around the full moon are going to reap the rewards for the efforts that they've had invested previously, especially in the area of I don't know, education, personal development, of like, I don't know, working with the representatives of other cultures, maybe some foreign partners, at work, social, in terms of social status and recognition, in terms of reputation in a society. You can reap some rewards for the things that you had already previously done. It is because full moon is something that brings things to fruition. However, the new moon is about beginning new things. It's about a seed of something new being planted. Okay, so new moon is much more intense, I would say, especially emotionally, especially for you guys, because you are very emotional people to start with, the majority of you, yeah, depending on the personal chart again. However, if you have Sun in Cancer, it means that you are quite emotional, and you having a new moon, which is a emotionally turbulent time that is impacting people that are already prone to to the emotional fluctuations, I would say. It creates a very, very tense time. Okay, so you might feel more like a sadness, or the jumps of mood, like mood is going up and down, or it seems to you that other people disregard you and they don't care about you, and like you might feel, I don't know, like I'm all alone, or all this kind of emotional roller coaster that you can think about. Okay, however, what I suggest you to do, especially the people who were born on 16th, 17th, and 18th of July, these people who have birthdays on this day, 16th, 17th, 18th of July, are going to feel it the most. However, it is opportunity for you guys also to start something new, especially for those who are in the artistic area, because you will have a chance to start new partnership, to start new projects, to develop the existing ones. You are going to feel more inspired. Yeah, however, I don't recommend to start anything exactly on the day of the new moon. Give it a day or two, okay? Because starting things on the growing moon, let's say after the new moon, is a good thing. However, the day itself is too much, too chaotic, okay, to do it. It's kind of give and take. Let's give it a break, and when it's from the boom goes to a slight climbing, let's say, the energies I'm talking about. Okay, so what else is good? I think that from that point, it's going to get a little, the month is going to get a little bit more tense. Like I said, the first 2 weeks are great in my view, not without its difficulties or I don't know, complications. However, in general, should be great, especially in terms of making money and promoting your own projects and gaining your, like, having your raising your authority, promoting yourself, letting other people know about you. It's a really good month. However, from the new moon, it's starting to get more tense, and also especially especially for the people. Why? Because the Venus on the 22nd, Venus goes retrograde, and it means that from this point up till the beginning of September, it is not recommended to get married, to do all the Venusian things, to, I don't know, cut your hair, do something, cosmetic operations that are intrusive. Try not to. Especially people who were born on the 20th, 21st, and 22nd of July. This is a general recommendations for everyone, but you guys, 20, 21, 22 of July, especially not you, okay? If there is an urge, or unless it is a necessity, a medical necessity, but if there is an urge to, I don't know, plump up your lips or pull something, I don't know, what do they pull, whatever, on your face especially, don't do it now, because you guys are under the scrutiny of Pluto, okay? And Pluto is about transformation, but it's a negative aspect, so anything that is intrusive can end up transforming you in a way that you wish you hadn't done that, okay? So don't do it. Postpone it for until much later, I would say, until Pluto is done with you, okay? Those people who I mentioned, who have birthday on the 20th, 21st, 22nd of July, you guys can start having somewhat of problems with the people who have a lot of power or have a lot of money, or both. You can feel pressure from them. You can feel under pressure of circumstances, and I'm talking about high pressure and the one that is transformational, okay? That is going to take you to a different place in life, that is going to make you do things you haven't made before, you have never made before, I mean. This transformation can take you into a completely different place, on the other hand, when it is done, but when it's done. I think that also you can, it is not only, it doesn't only come from outside, it comes from within too. You might be the one who feels more inclined to pressuring people to, if you have a lot of money and a lot of power, you can put people into the circumstances that are unbearable for them, that are going to change their life. Also, this aspect is very difficult for, like, health-wise. Take a very good care of your health. Try to stay away from the crowd, because crowd is something that Pluto signifies too, as like a power out of control and pressure. Like I said, cosmetic procedures, no, bad timing. Planned operations, planned surgeries, I mean, but only planned, yeah? If something is urgent, it is urgent, of course. But if it is something that you have been thinking about for years to do or not to do, and maybe now let's do it, now is not a good time to do it. If there is a chance to reschedule or to wait with it, wait. But if no, then yeah, of course you have to do it. You gotta do what you gotta do. Go with the doctors, not with the astrologer, of course. You can lose money. It's on a different point. You can even lose money in businessmen. Now, this is a period of time you have entered that you can have problems with taxes. With taxation, I mean, with the duties, with the loans, with the distribution of a joint capital in the joint venture. Anyway, it's a very transformational, very difficult period that you will have to, that is going to teach you a lot on the bright side, but you have to brace yourself for it. Other than that, I think everything that I said about the transformations only concerns, I'm reminding you, those Cancers who have birthdays on the 20th, 21st, and 22nd of July. Okay, others can breathe easily. Others have been, well, because you know this Pluto is already leaving the sign from which it is giving you all the trouble. So before that, it has been passing birthday after birthday, sun after sun, let's say. So others have already felt those changes. So that's behind you, which is a great thing. And the last thing is on the 25th of July, from the 25th on July and onwards, you guys are going to have positive impact on you, both from the Mars and the Jupiter, okay? Which means that you are going to have chances to show your talents, to do the things. You will have both the opportunities on the other hand, and the desire and ability and inner push to do something, to realize something, to bring something to life, okay, which is a great thing. So from 25th of July until the end of July, maybe a little bit further, like feel free to do things, to develop your own projects, to start new things in terms of education, in terms of I don't know, traveling, widening your horizons, in terms of promoting yourself. It's a very good aspect for you guys. It's a very good opportunity too. So don't miss out on that. I wish you a great month, and I will see you in my next videos. And now we are moving to the Leos. Okay, so Leos, you guys have been through a lot of things lately, and for a while now, poor things, but soon it is going to be it is going to become a little bit easier, okay? Just wait it out, at least 1 month. Anyway, that is just hell of a start, but let's start from the good news. The good news is that just like for everyone else, the first 2 weeks are good for self-development, and I'm not talking about spiritual things, I'm talking about social things, okay? To realize the project, to bring them to life, for finding new partnerships, making money, promoting yourself, I don't know, advertising yourself, letting others know about you. That's all of that. You guys love it. You are great at this. There's nobody better than you at that, and that's a good time for that. So the month starts on the 3rd, like astrologically, yeah, with the full moon on the 3rd of July. Full moon, just like the new moon, is a very emotional time, very energetically turbulent. However, this full moon is going to be quite, well, softer than usual, I would say. It does have a negative aspect. However, in general, it should bring you the results, the fruits of your labor, the results of the efforts that you have contributed earlier, that you have invested into something earlier. It can be a promotion, money coming for something. It can be some recognition that is very important to you. It can be the successful resolution of some issue that you have been working on, with a recognition for you, with maybe even the prospects for the future projects, something like that. So it's like a kiss from the universe saying, here, there you go, a candy, you've been a good boy, a good girl. On the 8th of July, the nodes are changing the axis. They are moving into a new place, into a new 2 signs, into the axis Aries, Libra. And for you guys, what does that mean for you? It means that you can expect that the things in your life are going to start working for you and not against you. Whatever you do, you will feel much less obstacles and much more, let's say, what is the name of the wind that is pushing you forward instead of the wind in your face? I don't remember, I will check it up later. Anyway, you can feel that the wind is pushing you forward instead of being an obstacle, yet another obstacle for you. You can feel that the things that happen beside you, the things that you did not plan or you did not do not control, they are positive actually. I think that after the period that you have been through, that you've done a lot of things, and that's a nice feeling, to something to wait for. At the same time, I think that you will have a chance to easily let go of things that don't serve you anymore, like the things that you by now feel like a burden, and you would love to drop that and leave that behind you. You will have a very harmonious opportunity plenty of harmonious opportunity to do so. Anyway, I'm going to make a separate video about how it is going to, what this placement with the nodes is about. and how it is going to impact all of the signs, including you guys. Okay, so what next is coming is great for you guys. On the 11th of July, Mars is changing sign, and it is so far it has been in your sign, and you have been feeling more energetic, more upbeat, more up to doing things, more up to starting things, and at the same time maybe a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more quick to react, a little bit more, let's say, irritable, because Mars gives that. It's a planet that gives us tension, okay? And this tension either needs to be released somehow, either in a positive manner, which is, I don't know, sports, competition, doing something like physical activity, sex, like starting new projects. You have to direct this energy somehow, channel it into something positive. Or in a negative way, if we are not doing everything that I mentioned before, we are starting to jump on people, like, you said this to me, why, I knew, blah 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 blah, start fighting people, get ourselves into the conflicts, into the fights, or whatnot. So I surely hope that during this transit of Mars, which is going to finish on the 11th of July, I'm reminding you, you have used it positively. But now Mars is moving into a sign of Virgo. It is much less strong, like it's not as strong in Virgo as it is in Leo, because it's not its element, let's say. Because Mars is a fiery planet, you Leos are fire, and it's kind of, it works really well together. And the Virgo is Earth, it's a different element, so you are going to feel a little bit, everyone, not just you, everyone, are going to feel a little bit more calm, like calmer, and doing things like after the intense period of Mars in Leo, we will finally feel like, okay, we have spent a lot of energy, now we have to take care how we spend the energy. We are going to be get much better at distribution of the energy, doing this thing, being more methodical about things, and less like out there, you know. Okay, so that is going to happen on the 11th. Until 11th, you still have some time in the Leo to finish the things, to make the final push to the things that you have been doing and that require a lot of energy. What is very important, you guys, very important, on the 17th, there's going to be a new moon. For you, this new moon is going to be like, just like for everyone. For you, it doesn't make a especially strong impact on you guys. So for you, just general recommendations, take care of your emotions, because it is going to be a very emotional new moon. If you are somehow in the artistic industry, this is a time for you to start new things, to start new projects, find new partnerships, do things. You're going to feel more inspired. This is for, I would say that it's like a kind of an artist new moon, even though it is quite tense, okay? But it is going to be quite tense emotionally. So drive carefully, even if that doesn't impact you that much. There are people that are in a much worse situation astrologically, so they will be impacted greatly. So you might find yourself in a situation where people around you are somehow extremely on the edge, and you have to, as people who are less impacted, it's your responsibility to stay more centered and to be the center of tranquility, let's say, because you like to be the center of tranquility this new moon on the 17th of July, 3 days before, 3 days after. And from that point, we are going to move to a more tense part of the month, especially on the 22nd. The Venus goes retrograde, but not only that, on that day, it is a very fast transit, but it is going to be there. The Venus stops in your sign and starts going backwards, starts going in a retrograde movement. And at the same time, your ruler, the sun, is going to have opposition with Pluto. It's a quite difficult, it's going to be quite difficult day for you guys. You might feel pressure, you might not feel so well physically, so try to take it easy on the day, 27th of July. Try to take it easy. Don't get yourself into any conflict. Even if someone is provoking you, try to stay calm and step aside. Try to take it easy physically. Don't work out, don't overload yourself with a lot of things, try to plan less things if you can for that day. What else is very interesting for you guys? Yeah, and of course Venus retrograde. If you haven't watched my video about Venus transit in Leo, you have to. It's your sign, it's an absolute must, but in general I can tell you that you should try to finish your Venusian things connected with any kind of beauty, with beauty procedures, something intrusive with like a skincare, some procedures with the face, everything with the relationships. I mean, don't finish with the relationships. I mean, if you have something to talk about with your partner, it's better to talk before the 22nd, okay? Because after the 22nd, we are going to be inclined to revalue everything, to have doubt in the value of everything. And that might lead to some situations that can be irreparable later, you know, when the retrograde period is over and you think, oh my God, what was I thinking? I want to return, go back to the way things were before, and it's not always can be possible. More exes are going to resurface. Your ex-boyfriends, ex-girlfriends some will want to reconciliate, some will suddenly, because they are also revaluing things, they will remember, oh, you were so great, let's start all over again, or just to check on you how you are. And for some, reconciliations are not great ideas, because this reconciliation is going to last during the retrograde period, which is until the beginning of September. And later, when Venus goes back direct, you are going to think, oh my God, what an eclipse of judgment that was. What happened? Like now, or some are going to think, now I remember why I hated you so much. But to others, it can bring resolution of the old issues. Like, okay, I had this hard feelings for you inside of me for a long time, but in fact now we talked and I can let it go and keep living without that emotional baggage. So that also can happen. Try okay, I know that the summer is the wedding time, and saying, oh, Venus is retrograde from the end of July until the beginning of September, this is the wedding time exactly. That's not a good idea. The party is okay, signing papers is not. So if you have a chance, try to avoid it. Also, what is going to happen? The Leos who have got birthday on the 20th, 21st and 22nd of August, you guys can feel the movement, not the movement, but the transit of Pluto. Okay, it's transforming you. However, for you it is not obvious. It is not something that is like in your face kind of changes. It is something that has been cooking behind your back. Now you might suddenly find yourself in the middle of these things that, my God, I had nothing to do with this, but now somehow you are the one who has to deal with the consequences and resolve this god awful situation. Like, for example, yeah, it's a harsh aspect, but it can take you to a different level, let's say. Okay, it is something that transforms your life. This brings you events that are of a high pressure, high impact. Let's say these events can come to us through the people that have a lot of power over us, have a lot of control over us. Somehow they even if you think that they don't, somehow they can. And for you, it's unpleasant that someone can not tell you what to do, but actually make you do something. It's a different story, that you have no other choice but do it. But somehow you are going to work with the situation in a way that will bring you on a different level, and you will think later that, my God, if not for that situation, I would not be here right now. So probably thank God that it happened in a way. Hopefully that it's going to serve as an elevator for you, social or whatever. So again, everything that I said concerns the Leos that were born on the 20th, 21st, and 22nd of August. What else is interesting? Leos who have birthdays on the 3rd, 4th, and 5th of August. Please be mindful of the things that you say, because you have an aspect between the planets that might make you say things that leading to a loss of authority, leading to finding yourself in the situation where you are ridiculed. Don't saying things, communicating things, try not to be driven by the desire to impress someone, by the desire to seem grander in your own eyes. If you feel this kind of push from the inside that you need to seem more to other people, to say something to seem more to other people than you are, let's say, just not than you are, but you want to jump out of your pants to impress someone. Don't do it. Don't say these things. There is also a danger for you guys to say too much. Okay, to give the information, to give extra information to other people that is going to work against you eventually. So be mindful of the things that you say. Okay. Now, the Leos that have got birthdays from the 10th to the 15th of August, be very careful what you're doing, and be very careful with the people, new people that you meet, because you guys are having the transit on this piece, let's say during the month. This is what Lilith is going to move and impact you exactly. First of all, you can find yourself into the situation where you are misconstrued. When you are misconstrued, you are not trying to say anything to hurt anyone's feelings or whatever, but somehow people will twist it out and make you look like a bad guy in the situation. You might actually be saying these things to hurt someone. You might actually be the seducer or be seduced for the things that you wouldn't have otherwise done under normal circumstances. Be very careful with the people who are promising you too much. Be very careful with the people who are way too tempting to resist, to fall under their charms. I'm not talking only romantically, I'm talking in business too. The scammers are you are very prone to meeting scammers at this point. Again, Leos who have birthdays from 10th to 15th of August, you're very prone to meet people who have indecent intentions, that are trying to parasite on you, let's say, that are going to seduce you and take advantage of you. So be very mindful of that. Also, especially if you have children who have birthdays in this period of time from 10th to 15th of August, take very good care of your children. Keep an eye on them during that month all the time, especially the people that that are around them, the teachers, the trainers, coaches, whatever. Okay, take very good care of your children, because Lilith, I don't want to scare you, so I'm not gonna tell you the mythology behind it and what it signifies, but just keep in mind what I said. Also, Leos who have got birthdays on the 12th, 13th, and 14th of August, which happens to be the Leos within the period of 10th to 15th of August. Be mindful of that, okay? You guys, 12, 13, and 14, you are under double impact, because for you also you are receiving an aspect from a planet that is responsible for the freedom, for our desire of freedom, for being desire to be different, to go forward and do things that we haven't done before, for the desire to destroy something and come like out of the blue and start something new, like a revolution, to make a kind of revolution. You guys, all of these ideas that I mentioned, all of these motivations that I mentioned, pay special attention to these pools, because they cannot, like, they might not lead you to a place where you expect to end up. They can lead you to a much worse place, and following these motivations that you might feel during this month can take you into the can make you end up in the circumstances that you will have to deal with a lot of problems to fix the consequences of what you've done. Okay, so don't do weird things. Don't do things out of like, whoa, I feel like. Don't do things like, oh, this project that we've been working on, to hell with this, let's start anew. Don't do it. Don't ruin it. You will regret. People also, people who are very original, who are very, let's say, pro freedoms and liberty, who are very unusual, let's say, out there, eccentric people. Try to stay away from them. It is it might not end well, okay, for you at the end, even though it might seem like a great idea in the beginning. So in general, you guys, good news finally, 25th, and from 25th of July and onwards, you can have a period of time that when you feel even more generous. Leos are generous people, even more generous than normally. You can feel people that are more generous to you, and not only in terms of money or emotions, both of that, but also in terms of opportunities. They want you to succeed. They want you to take advantage of some opportunity to help you with it, you know. Opportunity can be regarding traveling, education, some kind of social achievements, promotion, I don't know, self-promotion, things like this, things of that nature. So a lot of things for you, Leos. I know you are going through a rough patch, but it is going to finish soon, and you are going to have to start breathing more easily, but maybe not this month. Anyway, I wish you all the best. I wish that only the best prognosis gets realized for you guys this month, and I wish you a great time, and I'll see you in the next videos. Okay, now we are moving on to Virgos. All right, so hello Virgos. If you haven't listened to the first part of my video, part 1, prognosis for July 2023, part 1, you should do so, but not all of it, just the general part that is true for all of the signs. It is going to allow you to understand better of the things that I will talk about now. So for you guys, just like for everyone, the month starts on the 3rd of July with the full moon. It is going to be full moon on Capricorn. It is your a relative sign, let's say, and you're going to feel positive impact from this full moon. You're going to feel like some things, the efforts that you have invested before are going to pay off. It can be a bonus payment, it can be a promotion, it can be a recognition of some sort, but it is going to be something connected with your social achievements, whether it is a career or just social visibility. And it is going to be something, let's say, something very nice, like a candy from the universe. You've been a good girl, good boy, there you go. Especially the Virgos that are going to feel it the most are the ones that have birthdays on the 3rd, 4th, and 5th of September. Yeah. Okay, so then the next thing is going to happen on the 8th of July. On the 8th of July, the nodes, the lunar nodes are changing the axis, and they are going to axis of Aries and Libra. For you guys, it means that the period of candies from the universe is somewhat over, because before 1.5 years before this day, más o menos, or I mean, more or less, sorry. More or less, it was maybe some things were happening with you that allowed you. I'm talking right now not about the fruits of your labor. I'm talking about the circumstances that were out of the blue, that were besides you, that were happening to you rather than being the result of what you have done or planned. They were giving you more of kind of the opportunities for success, let's say, or to expand in places that you didn't expect to have this kind of chance. And at the same time, you had chances to get rid of the things that didn't serve you anymore. However, now this kind of I got your back attitude from the universe is a little bit fading to the background, and you're kind of this movement, this placement is neither good nor bad for you. Like these circumstances that are out of control are going to decrease in your case. Like things you will be more in control of the things, which is also a great thing, especially for Virgos, I think, yeah, for most of the people. So what else is great? The Mars is ingressing into your sign on the 11th of July. What does it mean? It means Mars is the planet of action. So you are going to feel more energy to start things, to do things, maybe more energy to do sports, to make love, to start doing things that you've been planning before. And as usual, like the Mars is in Virgo is about being methodical, doing things, and this is your favorite things. So you will be able to do things the way you like, the way it is comfortable for you, which is great. Keep in mind that Mars transit, it also, besides the great things that I mentioned before, also adds tension, adds to us aggression, let's say. We are becoming more responsive to things that otherwise we would just ignore, more irritable, more like to the throat right away, more aggressive. So keep that in mind, and if you feel that, try to do other Martian activities to redirect the energy, like sports or sex or things like this, things of that nature. Yeah, but in general you will feel like a surge of energy to do things. That's great. And the greatest part is going to come at the end of the month in that regard. 25th of July and onwards until the end of the month, there will be a great aspect between Mars and Jupiter. It means that you will have strength, desire, and drive to do things, and also the universe is going to grant you expansion in these things that you are doing. So if you will start anything connected with the education, with learning something about, I don't know, new culture, working with foreign partners, with anything that gives you recognition, any sort of projects in a social sphere, your own projects, be that whatever it is, you will have strength to do it. Like you will have initiative and drive to go for these things, and the universe will accept this with pleasure. Let's say you will be welcome. Your actions, your initiatives, they are going to be welcome, and you will be able to achieve a lot. So don't miss out on that opportunity. Reminding you, starting from 25th of July until the end of the month, at the very least. What else is great for you guys? The Virgos that have birthdays from the 1st till the 7th of September. This month, in general, everything that I mentioned earlier about education, social achievements, you will have a lot of chances this month. Again, birthdays from the 1st till the 7th of September. Don't miss out on the opportunities that are coming your way. You're going to have trine from a planet who is like a Santa Claus, giving us chances, things, and expansion in whatever area it touches, Jupiter. However, you have to be mindful of the fact that Jupiter is like giving you chances. Jupiter will not give you the tangible results, okay? So the whole month from the people who have birthdays from the 1st till the 7th September, 1st, 2nd, blah, 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 until 7th of September, keep your eyes open for the opportunities, and you have to act on them, because nothing will fall on your lap if you don't do anything. It will just pass by, okay? Having said that, I'm not sure that I reminded you how great it is. If you should watch the part 1 video, like you should watch the part 1 video. There is a general part that is true for all of the signs, but just in case, I'm reminding you that the first 2 weeks of July are going to be extremely beneficial for social achievements in general. You will have the chance to start new projects, to go way ahead on the already existing projects, to make money, to develop your business, to expand your activities, whether it is social activities or business activities or whatever. Honestly, doing, especially businessmen, for you, the first 2 weeks is great. You go for it, guys. Expand your projects, do things. Don't waste this time, because the time, like the sky, let's say the celestial bodies are granting us this thing. So keep that in mind and do it, act on it. Yeah. Okay, so moving on, Virgos who have got birthdays from the 13th to the 16th of September. 13, 14, 15, 16 of September. If that is your birthday, you guys are going to have a lot of pleasant surprises this month. You will have a trine of Uranus, and it can be something unexpected, but pleasant, but nice. So, for example, you have been working on something, some issue, and then all of a sudden someone calls you and says, no, you know, there is this guy and he came and he said this and that, and now you don't have to do it anymore, it's solved. And I'm like, wow. And something like this. Or you are walking in the street and, for example, someone comes to you and gives you a bunch of flowers, and you don't know that person. And they're like, oh, I don't know, you're just so beautiful, I wanted to make your day. That's it. And disappears into the sunset or sunrise or whatever behind the horizon. It's like strange things can happen, but these strange things are not going to be like weird and disturbing, or no, they're going to be like just nice surprises that you didn't expect. And which area of life depends on your personal birth chart. That is impossible to predict to a vast majority of people. Okay, so what else is going to happen on the 17th of July, you guys are going to have, everyone is going to have the new moon in Cancer. It's going to be, like I said, extremely emotional, like I said, in the general part for everyone, bringing opportunities to you guys, to you. It's going to somehow will have a chance to become beneficial, especially if you are into the if you are an artist of any sort. New moon is about starting new things. It's like planting a seed of something that is going to grow for the next 2 weeks, in theory, but it can grow much more than that, like much longer than that. So you can meet the people or start a new project or do things of that matter. Especially it is true for the Virgos that have birthdays on the 16th, 17th and 18th of December. Yeah, just realized the 16th of what I said, December, sorry, September, sorry, December, I'm sorry, Sagittariuses. Again, the new moon and all of the things that I said about artistic projects is true for the Virgos who have got birthdays on the 16th, 17th and 18th of September. And I just realized that 16th of September is also the people who are impacted in a positive way by Uranus. So for you guys, it can be something absolutely unexpected, something new, but something that will bring you some positive outcome. So keep your eyes open for the new project and new happenings and new people that can offer you something, yeah, for the new offers. In general, what I would like to say, also the Venus is going retrograde. It's very important. Well, very important for you guys, maybe less, because it's going to make very little impact on you, but in general, just like all the other people, you will be inclined to revalue things in your life, especially Venusian things, not all of them, Venusian things. Venusian things, what is that? That's relationships, both business and romantic, and also like your looks, like aesthetical things, okay? Aesthetic things. If you want to somehow change your looks, that's not a good time. Try to do it until the 22nd of July, okay? Because after that and until the beginning of September, it's going to put you, not just you, everyone, in a mode of revaluation, and we are going to be doubtful about things, or if we are not doubtful about things, then we are more critical about things. We perceive them in a different manner. And when the Venus goes back to being direct, this retrograde movement is over with, then we are going to see that we made probably not the best choice. This is the time from the 22nd of July until the beginning of September. That is not a good time to break up with anyone, to try and put your relationship into some, I don't know, to resolve all the issues. Like, okay, resolve the issues in the relationship is good, but like coming to your partner saying, oh, I hate you, you're doing this and that and blah blah, and I want to break up. It's a very bad time. Don't do it, okay? Put it on hold at least until the mid-September, and then you can go back to those things, because you might resurfacing of the exes. The ex-partners can come up to say hi just to see how you're doing, or they want to reconcile, or they just, oh, I realized how great you were and now I want to get back to you. Well, just keep in mind that this is only for the duration of the retrograde movement of the Venus. Most probably in September you will think that, oh, now I remember why I hate you. Well, that's a joke, but there is a share of joke in every joke, the rest is the truth. So it's something like this. Also, it can be a good opportunity for you guys to reconcile your inner issues with a person. You can talk something out and let go of your emotional baggage. That's a good time for that. In general, what I wanted to tell you guys, in general, dear Virgos, you might feel your ruler is going to change several signs, during this month. So until the 11th you are going to feel like a little bit more emotional, and then until from 11th to the 29th you may be feeling more like being more a center of attention than usually, and after the 29th and later, this is the time, on the 29th and later of July, this is the time that your ruler enters your sign. So you are going to feel like a new $100 bill. This is exactly something that goes with you, that feels very natural, that you are on top of your game. But we are going to talk about this in August, prognosis on August, okay, because this is the time when it's happening. But be mindful of the 29th of July. Again, you are on top of your game, and also remember what I told you about 25th and onwards. Opportunities, that you are not lacking the personal initiative, you can do things. You are granted by the universe the opportunities, and also starting 29th you will feel on top of your game. So end of the month promises to be much better. Well, in general, it's not a bad month for you guys. It's not something extremely like a extravaganza of events, maybe not but at the end of the month you will definitely have a chance and feel like you can do things and you want to do things. So that's something to look forward to, right? Anyway, I wish you a great month. Don't miss out on the opportunities of the first half of it, and at the end again. So great month for you Virgos, and I'm going to see you in my next videos. And we are going to talk about Libras now. Okay, hello again my dear Libras. And let's talk about the month of July for you. In case you didn't watch the first part of my prognosis for July 2023, I highly recommend you to watch that. Not entirely, but just the general part where I describe the general trends of the month, which is true for all of the signs. And this is going to allow you to understand better what I will talk about right now. So what is going to happen for you in general, guys? Your ruler is Venus, and this planet is going to start going retrograde starting, hold on, sorry, yeah, garment malfunction. Okay, anyway, so it is going to start going retrograde on the starting 22nd of July. What does that mean for you? It means that in general, it means for everyone that people are going to start feeling like reevaluating things, more in doubt of things, more in doubt about making decisions about the things in their life, like Venusian things, like relationship, like, I don't know, money making, the idea of the, and for you it is more important than for other signs, because it's your ruler. Venus rules two signs, which is you guys, Libra, and also Taurus. So it is very important for you guys, because you are ruled by Venus, to find the balance, to find the equilibrium, equilibrium, and to find that balance, you need to know the value of two things that you are putting in balance. So Libra is also against Venus, is also about putting value on things, and you can reevaluate, revalue, like your relationship. How much like, do I really benefit from this relationship or not? And I'm not only talking about the personal relationship, it's only about business relationships, okay? You can, but okay, because this is retrograde Venus time, you can reevaluate. It's a very good time, but don't cut ties with anyone, okay? Because when the Venus goes direct again, which is going to happen in September, you might find yourself in a situation that you want to reverse your decisions, and that is going to be much harder to do. So you might find yourself revaluing your yourself, sorry for for that, in business. For example, you have a client oriented business, and now you start realizing that your expertise your is much higher than before, so you should change the prices for your services. Now, for example, it is highly recommended to finish all of the Venusian things, especially if you want to photo shoot, something to do with your face, with your hair, with your skin, whatever, with your clothes, before the 22nd of July. Okay, if you need to do shopping, you guys, don't wait until the Venus goes retrograde. In general, it is going to be hard to resist the temptation of going on a shopping sprees, and some days are good for the shopping sprees because you get a lot of discounts, you buy nice things that are going to serve you well for a long time. But some periods of time, just like this period starting 22nd of July, you might just buy a lot of crap. Like, you will feel the urge to go shopping, but the things that you buy will either not serve you well, they will not be of the quality that you expected, you will realize later that you just don't need them, they are useless, or you are going to pay a lot more than they are worth. Okay, so if you need to do shopping, try to do it before the 22nd. And in general, because it is your ruler, once Venus goes retrograde, you might feel yourselves like slowing down a bit, reevaluating your strategies before going forward, taking a break, going introspective, like to yourself, I mean, yeah, like closing up a little bit. That is all true until the starting from 22nd of July. So until that, if you need to do the outward active things, use that opportunity. Moreover, like until even more so, until the 11th of July is the best time, because Mars is going to be still making an aspect of opportunities to you guys. So it is, and also it is a very strong position of Mars placement until the 11th. It is still in Leo. It is a very strong Mars that gives us a lot of initiative, a lot of desire and power to do things consistently, also to do things demonstratively, but it's a different story. Sometimes demonstration is required, so that's a good thing to do, whatever that is going to promote you somehow, attract attention to your persona, to help you promote yourself. In general, the first 2 weeks of July are going to be great for developing your projects, for moving forward, for making new partnerships, and giving like new push to the already existing projects. Any kind of thing or business connected with education, if you want to get a new education, for example, you want to learn something new about anything, you want to make new partnership with the foreign partners, explore something that is adjacent to the foreign cultures, to learn more about it, or to work with people from abroad, that is all granted by the sky, and that is going to bring you money. So don't waste time, especially businessmen, business people. Go for it, don't waste these 2 weeks. You will not only have a chance to do something, but you will be able to solidify the results of your efforts. So it is going to be great for you. Do it. Don't waste the first 2 weeks. What else is important? A lot of things. I didn't mention the full moon that is going to take place on the 3rd of July, and then later on the 17th of July there is going to be a new moon. They are different events, but they always happen on the same axis. Okay, same axis. And this axis is this time going to make a tensed an aspect of tension to your sons, to you guys. Even though the full moon in the beginning of the month, the 3rd of July, is going to bring some fruits of labor to everyone, including you, especially in the sphere of social realization, like social achievements. Maybe you have been doing something and now you will get a bonus, a promotion, a recognition of some sort around this date, 3rd of July, 3 days before, 3 days after. Like a positive feedback for the work that you have done, monetary or verbal, doesn't matter. Even so, it is going to be for you a little bit hard to reap these fruits of the labor. Okay, maybe getting it will take just another extra push for you, let's say, yeah, another problem thrown into that you have to resolve before getting it. Or maybe there will be completely separate events that you're getting, like on the one hand you're getting like you're reaping what you sow in a good way. On the other hand, you have some problems coming your way, especially emotional ones, because both of these points and days around these 2 points, 3rd of July and 17th of July, are highly emotional, especially the second one, 17th of July. Is going to be new moon in Cancer. Cancer is in general highly emotional sign. Also, this new moon is going to be in aspect with the Neptune, positive one, but still Neptune is about emotional fluctuations from the high up to the lowest low, to the lowest bottom. And you have to keep in mind that people around you might be affected by this highly, and you yourselves, there is a high chance that you're going to be very much affected by this. It is either other people are going to create some obstacles, problems for you that you will have to solve or deal with their behavior unbearable, or you yourself might feel quite low too and create similar problems for others and join this mass of people that are under this super emotional influence of this new moon. So be mindful of that and try to find your balance. After all, ruled by Venus, for you it is not easy, but you are prone to do this. You are looking for this balance your entire life, so try to find this balance and try to stay calm and how do you say this, like ecologic, like ecologic for yourself, emotionally clean. Okay, don't allow these things get to you. Okay, so what else is interesting for you guys is that Pluto, it's a very heavy planet, continues its transit. Now it has gone back to, it peeped into the Aquarius, and now it goes back to it has gone back to the Capricorn. Why is it important to you? Because from Capricorn it makes a very tense aspect to you guys. Not to everyone, I have to say. It is going to affect most the Libras that have birthdays on the 20th, 21st, and 22nd of October. Other Libras have already past that stage of their life, but what is that about? You might find yourselves in a prolonged period of very pressing circumstances that are going to probably, highly likely, are going to make a diamond of you, because how diamonds are made under pressure and long periods of pressure. So Pluto can be connected with people who have a lot of power and have control over you. Somehow, maybe they don't have permanent control over you, but in some specific situation, you have to, let's say, bend the knee because there is no other way. They are going to make you do it, whether you want it or not. People with a lot of money, situations of pressing circumstances, where you have to work under pressure of whatever, maybe even deadlines or people around you, new people that you have to work with. They are just so heavy, but you have to do this. This is might be some kind of situation in your personal life, in the family. Be mindful of the people of the nature that are trying to control you. Pluto is about that. Excuse me. Be careful with people, with the crowds. Okay, don't go into the places where most probably you're going to excuse me. Excuse me. So where you are going to meet the crowd, you will have to stay in the crowd. Stay away from that. Try to stay away from that as much as you want. What is happening with my throat? I'm sorry. Anyway, there is another very important thing that I didn't mention, is that I'm sorry, that I didn't mention, and it happens in the beginning of the month, on the 8th of July. The nodes, lunar nodes are changing the axis, because there are two. They, of course, they move like this. So it is not one sign that we're talking about, it is two, because there are two nodes. There is north one and south one. North one is about expansion, giving more opportunities, more things. It is kind of shows that, okay, north one. It's like an arrow that shows what we need to do, and it helps us on the way to do things that we need to do karmically, let's say. Who defines what we need to do? Let's say karma. And the other one is the south node. These are the things that we have been doing for a long time, and we have great expertise in it, and it comes effortlessly to us and very natural. Even though that comes very natural to us, we have to base our need to do actions on these skills, but not narrow down our activity to them. So if we do a lot of things basing on the south node, I'm sorry guys, video with the most interruptions. We are going to, karma, let's say, will make us lose a lot of things to let us know that we shouldn't just stick to the things that we already know. We should go out there and explore the new things. So the south node, why am I telling you this in much more detail than other signs? Because this is something that touches you directly, because south node is going into your sign. What does that mean? It means that the next year and a half you are going to have the time of cleansing. You might find yourself in the circumstances of less control, let's say. And what I talked about earlier about Pluto regards only people who have birthdays on the 3 days that I mentioned. But this one is going to start affecting you guys. Sorry, the caffeine is killing me. Oh, goodness gracious, I don't know what happened. I'm sorry, like 100,000 interruptions. What's my coughing? Anyway, you might find yourself in a situation when whether you are ready or not, you will have to cleanse of the things that serve you no more. And this aspect will be stronger if you have more than one placement in Libra. Like you are Libras, so obviously you have Sun in the sign of Libra. Maybe you have other planets like Mercury, or maybe like Venus. I don't know your chart, but the more planets that you have in there, the more you're going to feel this impact. It is considered to be a node of losses. But loss is never just a loss. It is like a way of universe, whatever you believe in, to tell you that maybe you have been, these things are obstructing your movement forward. Okay, don't forget about the south, about the north node, your direction, where you should go to. Okay, these things that you are good at, you have a lot around you because you're good at. Okay, you accumulated this experience, this tangible things, whatever, this career, this whatever, you have accumulated because you have good expertise, but you already have this experience. What you need is to expand, like your experience into a different area. Don't forget about this thing that you need to get. So it's like a sometimes gentle, sometimes not very gentle, but it is a push forward, depending on how deeply you are dug into the things that are in your comfort zone, let's say. So it might be as if it's a push to get out of your comfort zone. So I'm going to make a separate video about this, and you guys, like other signs, whatever they want, but Aries and you guys, you have to watch this video because this is going to change your life a lot during the next year and a half. Okay, so that's very important. And that's all for this month. I would just like to remind you to finish all the Venusian things ruled by Venus, like connected with aesthetics, looks, relationships, and money, shopping, until the 22nd. Yeah, you are going to feel a slowdown maybe, and after that, and also please take the advantages of the first 2 weeks of this month. Okay, first 2 weeks are great for moving forward with your project, with your life, for making money, development, expansion, promotion, self-promotion, all of these things. So good luck to you guys, and we are going to see each other in the next videos.